Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Seaside Survival. This is Ryan and welcome back. Thank you for watching. Today is demo day. Very exciting episode in store here. If you ever watch any of those home improvement shows, there's always a demo day where the TV personality destroys stuff with a sledgehammer and then the kitchen remodeling crew remodels the kitchen. So this is the stage where we are the TV personality with the sledgehammer and we are going to kind of go crazy on this area. So if we take a peek over here, this is what we're going to be working on today. These houses have not been lived in since pretty much day 2 on the server. The villagers all died immediately. They either fell down that hole or got eaten by zombies. So today we're going to be taking down those houses and fixing up the land over there so that we can plan out future builds. I'd like to lay out some plans for the future as well, and that is going to be really fun. So today is going to be landscape heavy, but first we have some unfinished business to take care of from our flower farm. We built this last episode and I'm really enjoying this build in this area. I added some cool signs out here. Flower Farm, July 24. Good stuff. So I've done some redstoning off camera and I wanted to show off my builds. The lichen machine, you switch it on and bone meal shoots out, which duplicates the lichen. So we just stand here with the shears and shear away at the new lichen plants. We'll let this run for just a couple seconds and you can see exactly how active this farm is and how quick we can get lichen. That's good. We'll switch it off and 47, 48 and growing 50 bone meal or 50 lichen in just a few seconds. 51. Glowberries works very similarly. Except instead of using shears, we just pick it with the right mouse button. So we switch this on, it bone meals, we pick the glowberries, and it continues to produce more and more glowberries. All right, switch that one off, and we've got, in just that short time, into the 30s of glowberries. Very cool stuff. Now the lilac and the rose bushes could not be easier. You simply turn them on. They duplicate. We catch what spills over here, and the hoppers catch what spills over there. Easy peasy. Now vines work a little bit differently, and I'm realizing here that this isn't going to work. Initially, we were going to observe the vines coming down, power this piston, and break the vines, but you can't break the vines like that, or the item disappears. You need to... yeah, you need to use shears on them. So, we need to rethink this one. But for now, I'm going to take some of my redstone back, and we're just going to let this one grow organically, and we can just shear it, I guess. We'll come back to that. That's very simple redstone. No redstone at all. You just let it grow and shear the vine. Okay, so it is tutorial time. We never do tutorials on this channel. Well, listen up, because this is a good one. This is a lichen generator, and I'm going to show you exactly how to build it. Now, I looked for a really compact design on YouTube, and I couldn't find anything that I really liked, so I made this one by myself. It's probably been done before, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's very compact, 1 wide and 3 width. So this is really easy to build in to a really small area, especially like this where we have to fit in 4 farms and a vine growing spot. Okay, I find it easier to place the observers first. So we need to place this one first, and in order to do that, we need to give it something to observe. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks above the ground level, so we need to go 4 blocks above ground level. Once we do that, we can place our observer like so, and that is looking up into this block. Now we can climb up here and place an observer looking down into this block. And you can see how the light goes off. They're just observing each other all of the time. We can trigger the redstone like that, with these overactive observers and then toggle the actual dispenser on and off at will. Next thing, we're going to place the smooth stone under here. We're going to place our redstone dust here, and it matches the one behind it. So that is good. Now, we just need to place our dispenser like so, and that is going to constantly fire as soon as this redstone lights up, and that redstone is always lighting up. So now we need to configure an on-off switch. To do that, we just place a lever here and switch it off. And there you have it. There is the farm. So if we take our lichen or our glowberries, we can place that on here and place some bone meal inside. And when we switch it on, it's gonna bone meal and grow all over the place. The same thing works with glowberries. The berry itself is grown when it's bone mealed, so we just hit it with the bone meal and then constantly pick it. And there we have our glowberries generator. And the same design is easily adaptable to the ground growing plants as well. We take off that top block so we have enough room to grow the flower, place the lilac here, and power it on. Thank you so much for attending my redstone seminar. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm going to take these machines down and we're going to clean up this area a little bit. I added some storage here, so we got a spot for bone meal to go, some vines when we have them, roses and lilacs, and glow lichen and glow berries. And I used these hanging signs on the side, and I think that looks kind of cool. Yeah. Down here, I want to put in a reception desk, so let's move this carpet a little bit. Oh, right, I hid some lighting in the floor. Okay. Let's move the lighting. Okay, and this should do nicely. Just move our carpet over here, and yeah, that's cool. I also want to make a door opener here, so let's make a trap door. Not a trap door, a pressure plate. Of course, it's a pressure plate. Now we can easily enter and exit. Oh, it's scary out here. And the door closes behind us. Perfect. Okay, and let's just finish up this desk here. It's going to be pretty simple. We need another trapdoor. And there you go. Quick and easy reception desk. We'll put a little chair behind here. I think that looks good. But maybe we put a slab here instead. Does that work? That looks right. Except instead of using this staircase as a seat, what if we do... I need track to place this. That. And then we just remove the track. Nope. We just remove the track. Like that. But what if we put it back on the chair? Does that work? That looks good. Yeah, that's halfway decent. But I kind of want edges on the chair. So maybe we use some oak. Yep, that's a chair. Now that is a chair. And it's even functional. Hello, welcome to the flower farm. You can even see my little feet under the desk. Oh, that's great. We'll add 3 of these here and some chests up here. Oh, I don't want the long one though. Can I? It's fine. And we should replace the carpet that we had up here. We had to move that for some redstoning. Let's put that back. And the bed goes here. How about that? Look at the view. Not bad. And we're gonna make a couple flower pots back here like so. Grab a couple of these azalea bushes. And boom, you got a decent looking plant. Okay, and lastly, we're going to install another little addition down here, and that is going to be a pretty simple bone meal maker. Now we have our big skeleton spawner, so obviously that is going to be where we get most of our bone meal, but there might be some stuff that comes through here that I don't need. Maybe I have a multiple chest full of seeds and I can just toss some out. I could just toss them out as I'm looking in the chests and have them go into these hoppers, and then have the hoppers, of course, feed into a composter. Then that composter can output into another chest. So now if I just dump a handful of seeds, maybe some grass, into these hoppers, it's going to feed down into that composter, and after a bunch has been put into the composter, we should get some bone meal on the outside. Okay, I know I said lastly, but it's not last. I want to move this stairwell because it's kind of in the way now that we got the desk and stuff in here. So let's place that on this side. There, that works. And maybe we just blend this wall a little bit. What do you think? Good. Good. Okay, I think the interior is done. Okay, so admittedly, this is the part where it gets a little bit boring. This is where I spend 1 or 2 real-life weeks just tearing up the area, taking out every piece of stone and every piece of grass and dirt and gravel and all that, and replacing it in a different shape. I installed a beacon here to help me mine the stone a little bit quicker, and I'm also starting to lay out where some of the buildings and roads are going to go. There's already a hill here, but I want to draw out the hill so that there's room on the upper, the mid, and the lower tier of the hill. And we can build roads and buildings and things in there, kind of like a tiered village structure over here. See, this is where that beacon is really helping out. I can get this stone dug out real quick. Of course, some of the villager homes, well, wait, actually all of the villager homes had to go, so I took those down and cleaned up the area outside of them. Our farm had to be moved, and yeah, a lot of landscaping. A lot of this landscape is going to change as I build on and around it, but I do want to kind of break up the same look of just grass and grass and grass for the whole area. So I'm adding in some moss and just some light brush on the ground to make it look more natural until we can get it all in where we want it. Okay, now I'm leaving a torch trail on the area around, and that is a rough idea of where our path is going to go. And that way we know kind of where to expect the path and can lay out what is happening here. And that way we can lay out where the path is eventually going to go and work our way around it. Now these 2 villager huts got to go down too, and this last one up on top of the hill needs to get taken out. Storage has gotten a bit out of control here. Yeah, not enough room in the inventory. Wow, what a view. Incredible. And the last of the houses needs to go. I think it'll be really fun rebuilding some of these village houses. So far we've built the flower farm and the moss farm over in this area. Done interiors, exteriors, and a ton of landscaping in this episode here. But it'll be really fun to build some buildings that don't really have a purpose. They're just there. They're just there for fun. It's there to make the area look good and really add some color to this village. Looking forward to it. We're gonna leave this, at least for now. Maybe we'll build something around it. I think that's kind of a cool little historic marker for the old village that used to be here. And we're gonna keep this weird house. This is where the villagers were all getting stuck and dying before. So why don't we just keep it? We're gonna cover this area in dirt and grass anyway. So we'll just keep this we'll keep it a secret, okay? Okay, I popped us into spectator modes just temporarily here. You can kind of see the outline with the torches, and that is a rough idea of where the path is gonna go. And in between those torches, we're gonna build buildings and things. So I think that's shaping up really nicely. Now, the big question is covering up this hole. We're gonna keep that one because I think it looks really cool and we could probably do something neat with it. But this one, I wanna land scrape it up a little bit. I think stone is shaping up to be a good idea here. Kind of make it look a little bit more like a cliffside and like a clean break from the rolling hill that we have here. Okay, it would be a good idea to also light it up in here so that we don't have an accidental mob farm running at all times. Hey, where'd you come from? Ah. Okay. I suppose I knew about this and forgot about it. Apparently we have a spider spawner in here. Huh. Oh, okay, awesome. We should do something with that. Okay, I think this is looking fantastic. Let's get an aerial view, and then we'll do just a little bit of detailing with the cobblestone. Yeah, that's looking good. It looks natural, for the most part. Let's just add some quick boulders in here, and I think the cobblestone is going to break up the monotony of the stone. So we'll add some of that detail here, but be careful to not overdo it. Now at this height, snow is going to fall, so I don't want to get too fancy with the landscape up here, at least not yet. We can kind of blend the hill into itself. That is looking good. Okay, so I think we're in really good shape here. Bring our torch trail over to indicate that something will be up here at the end of the road at the top of the hill. Okay, so the landscape is good. Look at this. It's cool. I like it. I'm really happy with how it turned out so far, and I can imagine a lot of really good ideas as to what to build here. That we have an idea for the roads. and where the buildings are going to be located. Now, I tried to start laying out where some buildings are going to be. For example, over here, I knew that this is going to be kind of the edge of town, and we're going to put a big something over here, like a big castle or a church or something, and that's marked out by that stone. And I think that is going to be a really good point to bring your eyes in and follow the road ahead of you. Now, I started to lay out buildings like this, but I don't think I'm going to continue doing that. With the road laid out like it is, with the torches, we have a good idea where we're going to build stuff. So I don't think that I need to set that in stone, literally. At this point, we can just kind of wing it as we go. All right, so what do you think of the landscape? That is it for this episode. We'll do roads and buildings and other fun things in future episodes, but let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like to plan out builds like this? Do you like to plan out big areas before you build? I am giving it a try, and I like it so far. All right, hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next time on Seaside Survival, where we'll do something a little bit different. Bye-bye.